The US Africa Leaders Summit is over and everyone is back home and recovering from the jet lag. But what were the conclusions arrived at? Anything concrete? Fact sheets from the White House give us details. For health, the US has committed to working with at least 30 partner countries to advance global health security over the next 5 years towards 12 specific milestones. Specific things that will be done are establishing emergency operations centers, building information systems, and strengthening laboratory security to mitigate biological threats, as well as building partner capacity. The United States will also partner with the African Union in supporting efforts to establish an African Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Attention will also be paid to research, non-communicable diseases, tuberculosis detection and treatment, meningitis A prevention, and innovations in medical education. For gender equality, the United States will work with the Democratic Republic of Congo, Libya, Mali, Rwanda, Somalia, and Uganda, as well as across West Africa, to increase women's participation in peacebuilding and constitution drafting processes. They will work to advance women's land rights and mitigate election-related violence. 3 new centers to provide business development assistance to women entrepreneurs in East, Southern, and West Africa will also be set up. These are just a few of the plans in the works. For youth, the US will work through the Mandela Washington Fellowship, which is the new name of the Young African Leaders Initiative. 4 regional leadership centers will be set up in Africa, in addition to online classes and resources, seed funding, training, and networking opportunities for young entrepreneurs. The fellowship aims to reach 1,000 young leaders each year by 2016. In addition, the annual Global Entrepreneurship Summit this year will be held in Morocco and in Sub-Saharan Africa next year to ensure that all talent is tapped and to make sure everyone has access to the capital, networks, and the markets that they will need to succeed. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, rumbles continue following the removal of the gold medal for teenage athlete Chika Amalaha following her 2-time failure of a doping test. The teenager had her medal in weightlifting awarded to Dikatoa from Papua New Guinea, and her result was nullified. Sports Minister Dr. Tami Danagogo is quoted by the Vanguard as saying, "It's disappointing that we have highly placed anti-doping officials who did not do their jobs. It is embarrassing and severe punishments will be meted out to those officials either for their involvement or negligence as a deterrent." The minister summarized the general impression of the entire incident by announcing that this disgrace is not only on one girl, but on the whole of the contingent and the nation. Enough is enough. With the increasing spread of the Ebola virus disease and increasing awareness comes a greater need for correct, practical, and easy to understand information. A publishing house called Big Cabal Media has curated and launched an educational website, www.ebolafacts.com, to do its own part in making sure that people are adequately informed. The site warns about the various symptoms of the Ebola virus disease. It also explains what the virus actually is, dispels myths, and shares how the virus is transmitted, all this in a manner easy for a local audience to understand. The site is targeted specifically at the West African market, which is the hardest hit and of course the point where the most information is needed. We're very glad to note that since its launch, the site has received over 600,000 hits and has been seen on Facebook about 850,000 times. There have also been requests for it to be printed for wider distribution to communities without the internet. Content from the site has also been developed into a flyer, newspaper ads, and digital billboards. Work is now ongoing to translate the site to French, Swahili, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and Pidgin to cater to a growing regional audience. So guys, if you're not sure what the virus really is, or you're not sure exactly how to share information or what is correct, why don't you check out www.ebolafacts.com.